Hey everybody, how are you? I hope y'all are doing well this evening. I just got finished, actually ran in here, just got through with watching um, the fundraiser for the Texas flood victims. So I've been scurrying to make sure I'm on time. A little out of breath, so it was amazing. But glad that people are still remembering that the building back has just begun. And a big thank you to all the artists that performed and gave their time. Oh, I want to say hello to everybody. I'm watching the time. I'm going to make this not long. I'm not going to go over an hour after all the comments and questions if there are any. Um, the I See Everything title to this today. Um, I'm glad to see you all in here and I say hello to everybody. I just want to make sure I can get this information in here, please. Um, is the I See Everything. So I had come across something today that gave me a whole new perspective on empaths. And it had me do like a deep dive while I'm sitting there watching this 3-hour fundraiser going on and all the wonderful artists that were there. And I started researching and researching, and it goes much more deep than I will be able to even cover. So, but there's a lot of empaths in our community. And I wanted you all to know that it doesn't have to be a burden. It doesn't have to hurt. Um, actually, what I found today was, and I will be looking off the screen at my other screen here because I don't really have a screen share. So, um, but it's pretty incredible the quote that I found. And it was, "You weren't sent here to fix the broken. You were sent to reveal what broke us all." And so I watched multiple videos on this. I got into the text, into the studies and everything, and, I will after this is over, I will put all of the information in the description. Like I said, I was running to get here. So, I know there's a lot of us empaths here, and I know that I've told my story about what it took for me to figure out what were my feelings and what were that of others, because we carry the weight of the world. And we're the most harmed emotionally because they see our kindness as weakness. But guess what? I have, it's pretty incredible, a different outtake on empaths. Hey, hello. I'm glad y'all are all here. And I'm truly appreciative of it. Um, I'm just going to try to crunch all of this information in really quick and then get to chat with some of you. Um, everybody says empaths are healers, but that's not the take of others. Ben, I'm glad you're here, y'all, and I truly do apologize if this is a late one. I've seen lives going on all day, and I didn't want to interfere with anything going on. Plus, then, like I said, I wanted to support our state and the ones we lost in the flood. So I was watching the fundraiser. Um, but I'm just gonna keep following. But thanks, Ben, for stopping by. I really appreciate it. And I'm really glad you are all here. There's a lot of hurt going on, so I thought I would quickly, like I said, I'm going to revisit this after I get more educated on this opinion inside of it. But I thought it was just something maybe we could think about and maybe ease some of our hurt and pain and take our kindness and taking on the world, the weight of the world of everyone, and protect ourselves. Um, and you were not born to soothe others. You were born to awaken what they've buried. Pretty Pretty impactful statement there too, right? So, Empaths carry a sacred tension. They walk into rooms and feel what's been exiled for generations. They trigger discomfort, not because they're broken, because their presence make the unconscious visible. So I went and read some comments on a couple different posts. And I could get on here and I could share all the technical aspects of this, which I will, but not at this time. But I wanted to actually just read to you some real people comments, real individuals that are empaths, their comments to this information. I thought that it was really amazing. And it gave me a whole new place to, you know, start thinking about and looking up. Um, so there is one quote that I thought, and like I said, I'll be looking over here for a minute. There's one quote that I it stunned me. I was speechless. I didn't know what to say. I had to look more into this quote because it is really amazing. Um, and I'm gotta find it here, of course, because it's um first thing is that the empaths are not um mostly believed, when we're young and we're always told we're wrong. We're always told that we're not correct. Um, some of these comments on these different things that I have brought up are just wow. Um, every empath that has commented, and these are real human beings, real empaths. Like I was a person who always wanted to stay away from others until I found this information. So happy to know it. It changed me. Um, and one comment was, before an empath can mirror the truth, he must he must be fully differentiated. I understand slowly that people have ruined my life because they'd not respected me and my truth, starting with my mother. The first thing I felt, the first time I feel a healthy anger, that this disrespect was the purpose of me escaping and trying to hide, not to show myself. The brilliant in me was my shadow was hiding. Now I go through the fear of being seen. That can only be successful when I don't give a shit about people anymore. Most of them are rotten inside as outside. I gained my self-respect by seeing this horrible society. That's one person's comment. Then another one. This is one of the most profound analysis I have ever heard of empaths. We bear the weight of society's shadow. We stand at the abyss and say, I see you. And another part of that message is, I see everything, but I saw nothing worth fighting for. Some of this stuff is really, really deep, but to empaths, it's a whole new perspective for me. Um, and it some of the research that I have done on this is really dark. Um, the shadow, everybody know Carl Jung's shadow, the shadow. That was a scary place for me to go. Actually, in therapy, I did it, and I actually did not complete it in my own therapy because it got to the point where, as an empath, I didn't know what to do with that. That everyone else can see my shadow, but I can't. That is a little scary to people to be seen but not see. Um, but in some of this information that I found, it also shows that the world mistakes our kindness for weakness when actually our kindness is our superpower. And the most powerful people on earth are empaths. And so it is lonely when we are not believed. It Imagine as a child, like I knew that I was always told, "Don't carry your feelings on your shoulder." Okay. Well, I didn't understand why they always said that to me, my parents, everybody, and it's because it wasn't all my feelings. It was, you know, it was, everything around me. And although empaths all possess, little narcissistic traits, we're the opposite. You're always, the yin and yang, the narcissist and the empath. Um, the empath can ultimately destroy a narcissist. Um, and you definitely don't want an empath going supernova. That is a real thing. Um, but I want to get back to just what these other empaths had to say. And then I wanted to get your feedback on it if you had any. Um, and I wish I could, of course, because I said I needed to find it. I'm not finding that one that blew me away. Uh, let's see. See, this is a lot of letting go. People are saying this is exactly what I need. I'm definitely entering the mature stage of being an empath after 13 years of walking through previous stages. It it connected some dots for me. We weren't born to fix others. We were born to face the darkness and awaken what's hidden. The empath must realize that feeling is not enough. They must develop discernment. Not all pain is theirs to hold. Not all suffering is theirs to mirror. And the world is full of unresolved energy. The empath must learn which energies are theirs to witness and which are merely echoes calling them into old patterns. Yay, Incarnazole. Thank you for that. I can't believe it. Wow. That's good. That's a change. Something I've really been behind the scenes working on. And I like another hey Fiona. Another amazing comment was empaths, they are not light workers. They are twilight dwellers. This has just taken such a great different turn for me looking at this. Everybody's saying I got goosebumps. I started listening to the audio track and I was like, wow. But like I said, I didn't stay in that and called Jung's shadow therapy because it, as an empath, it really made me vulnerable and exposed a lot. That especially when I learned that others can see your shadow before you can. Um, and it's everybody is like gratitude, 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 and it freedom. It talks about the empath become finding their clarity moment when they discover the level of clarity where they don't have to take on the world and all of that is not theirs. They learn how to let it go. And I guess that's where the shadow comes into play here. Someone said this information is gold. The way this is explained feels like someone turned on the lights. This idea blew my mind. What if an empath's real purpose isn't to heal others, but to awaken a truth that scares everyone? I just heard something that takes this even deeper. Um, it's a lot of information that it's okay. So here's one comment. Highly sensitive people. I like that. It feels like a relief. There's a huge burden on us empaths and highly sensitive people already. We need to be careful not to overgive, not to people please, not to overwhelm ourselves, which is hard enough in this crazy world. We are not responsible for everyone's lack of emotions and insight. We can help to reveal, but we have to nourish ourselves and care for ourselves as much as we can at the same time, just to get through life. I believe that is so true. Okay, let's see here. Barbie, I'm the only empath that I know of in my family. I don't think they get me. Being an empath is not a lot of fun. Too much energy in a group of people and I get drained makes me weak. Barbie, that is exactly the whole in my whole existence. I understand you 100%. I understand you. My family, I was told, don't carry, don't, quit wearing your feelings on your shoulder. Or I would say that I know how someone feels, and you don't know that. It's really disheartening and hurts really deep to not be believed, especially by those that, are supposed to be our loved ones, our families, people that are our people. They don't believe us, or they don't understand why we have to get up when we're in a room with a lot of people and leave. And this is the reason that this side of someone's explanations and a new study, or it's not new, it's a very old study, but it's new to me, that their take on it. I'm like, wow. And these are just comments from different sites, different things that I've looked up. And I just wanted you to hear from other empaths that they're learning to let go. You know, let's see. It's like let's see. Let me find another one here. Madness is simply misery misunderstood. This, and another empath writes on here. I reflect what they hide because it goes into the shadow work. The empaths actually, we recognize patterns. We recognize we're not. I gotta pull this right here. Okay, we are not we're not suppressing our own feelings. We're carrying on so many when we don't have to. Um, Carl Jung, he says that the empaths stop denying their suppressed intelligence, intuition, and strength. They became psychologically complete, immune to manipulation, and unafraid of the truth. Their presence alone exposed manipulators. Toxic people avoided them instinctively, sensing their usual tactics no longer worked. For those who stayed, the awakened empath became a mirror, forcing people to evolve or reveal their true selves. That's very powerful. So our weakness doesn't, I mean, our strength is not, our kindness is not our weakness, it's our strength. Being an empath, it's our superpower because we have silent observation. We observe so much because we feel so much. You take those feelings, you start observing. Um, he says, Jung says, um, noticed empath's diagnostic accuracy often suppressed his own. He even developed an ethical integration model to understand how awakened empaths naturally use their power for healing. He kept parts of his research private, fearing it could be weaponized. Um, to Jung, these awakened empaths were more than survivors. They were prototypes for humanity's next step. That's freaking powerful, y'all. Individuals who could feel everything without being destroyed, see everything without becoming cynical, and love deeply without losing themselves. That is not something that I have even ever been exposed to at all. And the main thing is every empath will face a transformation moment. The only question is this: will they consciously integrate their shadow and rise, or allow it to consume them? I know that I'm telling you all this without presenting all of the information because there's so much information, but this is something I just wanted you to hear from just from some of this. It's like when you reach the awakening, you know, the change was permanent. Eh, somebody says they left abusive relationships, cut ties with toxic family members, and rebuilt their lives on their own terms. From then on, they were selectively empathetic, still caring deeply, but no longer willing to sacrifice themselves, as we all do. It's truly a different take on being an empath, more than I've ever heard, and that's why I started reading, and I'm gonna put everything together, and then I'm gonna do another live on this because very soon, because this is very much needed for me, myself, I know. Because at this state in this world and everything going on around us, it just seems like empaths are taking such a hit. But we need to turn that into our superpower. You know, we keep it Carl Jung says quietly, they keep mental records of every betrayal, every manipulation, and most importantly, the weaknesses of those who harmed them. I was like, okay. This transformation wasn't random. It was triggered by profound betrayal, usually from someone they deeply trusted. The betrayal created what Jung said described as a clarity event. In that moment, the empath's ability to recognize patterns overpowered their natural desire to see the best in people. Instead of lashing out in chaos, the empath transformed into a state of unnatural calm. They began speaking truth with almost clinical precision. That wasn't revenge. It was the release of years of silent observation. And once awakened, the change was permanent. Now how we get there, I don't know. I'm still learning. I want to take this journey with you and try to do the right thing, and take this with you and learn as I learn, and hopefully be able to at least give support to those all of us empaths. Um, and like I said, there was a quote that I had found, and it was about truth. And it was, if it can be, and of course, because I didn't screenshot it, all I did was say, I'll find it again. Everybody knows I shouldn't have done that. Uh, oh, wait, okay, here's a comment. Why do you have so many mirrors? You haven't even hung half of them, and let's be honest, it's clear you barely bother looking into the ones you've hung. To which, oh, okay, a great friend said to them, and to which we both busted into hysterical laughter because it's true. I now believe it's the universe's way of helping me understand what it is to be an effective empath. I see you. I do not abandon you, but I am not you. I see everything, but I see nothing worth fighting for. I choose my peace first, and that is putting yourself first. You're valuable. You're very valuable. The Let's see. I reflect what they hide. That's kind of scary for me because that goes into the shadow part, and like I told you, the shadow is a little scary for me. I do understand that it is what everyone else can see in you, but you don't see in yourself. Um, and everybody's like, so all them times I felt I was carrying the weight of other folks' darkness. Turns out I wasn't broken. I was the mirror. Okay, so there you go. If we can learn to take this journey together, um, I believe it might help some of us empaths let go of some of that pain that we carry of others. And that's where the boundaries come into play, which is very hard for an empath to keep. At least in my opinion, because it is for me. Um, but that I reflect what they hide. It's really chilling to me. And I know why that over and over and over on all of these comments are like, I reflect what they hide. I see everything. I see you. It's really truly eye-opening. Um, and then someone says, "Well, now I know what's going on with me." It it's just it's amazing. So what you know, why am I like this versus whose pain am I carrying? Empaths, although we feel the pain of the world, it does not mean we have to put ourselves in a lifetime full of suffering because that pain is not ours to carry. It is not ours. When you know it is not your pain, don't carry it. The way you do that is you have to realize we can't carry the entire world on our shoulders. Empaths cannot. It is impossible because what happens to the empath? They disappear because they're buried with so much. We don't want that. Empaths are here. We're special people to help the world, but we have to learn that it is not ours to carry. And honesty, we are definitely probably the most honest people. Um, and then we're probably the most dishonest people because we don't want to hurt anyone. So we're not going to tell someone, that we have observed, we've dissected, just like surgery, like we have dissected every bit. We've observed all of this going on because we're feeling it. But we need to think to ourselves, okay, wait, we're actually have really just observed all of this. We don't need to take it on our shoulders. We need to give it back to those. We never have to say a word, although we don't, empaths do not want to hurt people. That's the last thing empaths want to do. In fact, empaths would rather stay hurt themselves and people please rather than, you know, get someone upset or hurt someone. That is not what we've been brought up or what we've learned or what we've evolved into. It is hurting people, but sometimes there is a point in time when you must come first. Your empathic abilities to save this world and to save the kindness that's left in this world will disappear if you're carrying nothing but the negative, nothing but the dark, nothing but it. You've got to let that go. As hard it is to be rejected and be told, not believed by our people, our family, our loved ones, your partners, you know who you are. And it's time that you start standing up and saving yourself. You see everything, but is it worth fighting for? And that is something that I have found while I have been going down this rabbit hole that is just, I don't know, it's got, there's just so much information in it. And like I said, I want to take this journey together. I just wanted to introduce this out there. Um, it's just some information that I just now became aware of today. And although it is not, um, although it is not perfect presentation here, much at all. It's just, I wanted you to hear from other empaths that have actually woke up. They've come to the clarity stage. They've came to the place where they accept they don't have to carry the world on their shoulders. They can give it back. And that doesn't mean by hurting the person or people or the in whatever is going on, the instance, the moment, wherever it is that empaths pick up that pain for someone else, we don't have to carry that. And we don't have to hurt that other person by just taking it off our shoulders and sitting it down and walking back. We walk back. We didn't hurt anyone else by taking that pain and putting it down. We protected ourselves. And you just have to know that we're mirrors. Like, look in the mirror. I mean, Barbie, you were exactly 100% correct about saying that in a room full of people, That is how I am. When I'm in a room with more than 1 or 2 or 3, I truly where I can't breathe. It's visceral. I cannot breathe. There's so much emotion and feeling and the animals, yes, I'm right there with you. So you're not alone. And I was, it hurts not to be believed your whole life, but then you know what you are, you know what you feel. No one is going to take that from you. You feel what you feel, you are what you are, and our kindness is our superpower. That's what we have to know and believe. It's hard. We can do hard things. We can do hard things. Um, and empaths also senses emotional intelligence in others. And that, if we look for that part of it, and if they're trying to manipulate us or if they're trying to hurt us, we're more keen and aware to that also. And we can take Donna. Yes, it's no, this is a very, very skimming the surface. I promise. This is not, this is just very thin layer of what I want to take this journey with you all down. Because we have so many empaths and so many people that are hurting right now. And for me, I want to try to give some information and knowledge that there is another way to look at this and that has been studied and things like that. I'm just learning myself. So it'll be an interesting road to go down. I'm so much down this rabbit hole right now. I've got stuff everywhere and I don't have the one quote that the comment that I really wanted to say and I cannot find it. That's because I've got stuff all over this screen. And then empaths are twilight workers, I mean, and then somebody says, I finally feel understood. Um, wait, maybe that's it. No, of course not. Unbelievable truths. Unbelievable truths. That's another thing that keeps coming up in this but it's every time I am pushed back by a manager, a friend, a family member, it's because they need to slow down. I'm not the one they need to blame or use harassment on. That's a comment over this subject. And I was like, wow. And everybody's like, thank you. This resonates loudly. Become what you hate, blind to what you become. Now, to protect others from that, become what they help and know you become a lone sacrifice. Let's see that. This one. The idea of becoming what we hate speaks to the complexity of personal transformation and the unintended consequences of our actions. In the context of empaths and their role, it's fascinating to consider how they navigate their own shadows while also reflecting the hidden aspects of others. The journey of the empath often involves confronting uncomfortable truths, both within themselves and in their surroundings. It's a challenging path, but also one that can lead to significant growth and awareness for both the empath and those they encounter. If you're feeling like a lone sacrifice in this process, please know that your experience is valid, and there are many who resonate with the challenges of walking this path. I mean, I really don't, that said it all. That really said it all. Um, I want to get into all of the context of this, not tonight. I know it's late. I appreciate everyone here. I really do appreciate everybody being here in this late. There's a lot of lives today, a lot of things going on. So I waited through those. And then I also started down this rabbit hole and then forgot about the fundraiser. So I had to do that and watch that and ran in here with 8 minutes to spare to try to get all of this stuff up. But and then one of these comments were like, it's fascinating. Um, the perspective on empaths challenges common beliefs and invites us to think differently about our roles in the world. If I mean, really does. Um, and I don't agree with this comment. I'm not going to read that one. I have so many that I have just put on a page here. I don't know why I put that one on there. Let's see. And everybody is like repeating, I reflect what they hide. I reflect what they hide. I see everything, yet I saw nothing worth fighting for. That becomes the moment of clarity. People often find it healing when someone sees the emotion they carry, others not so much. Um, this, I think too much, feel too much, fear too much. Always a work in progress. Love this explanation. Very helpful for empaths who are ready to accept that they to accept who they are and how to navigate their new perspective. Oh, Mish, hello. Are they worth fighting for? Absolutely, they are. But is it worth the exchange of my life for everyone else's? We aren't saving anyone if we don't work effectively towards growth. Thank you for speaking that so great. Absolutely. This is just a whole, like I said, this fascinated me. It was a whole new context that for me is pretty scary because I'm having to read about the shadow, and that's something I'm going to have to learn to accept. um, Bari, let's see. Meeting so many empaths in this community has helped me feel less different in the world. It's information like this, Kilo, that makes me go, okay, this is so like me. Honey, yeah, me too. Me too. Because when we are not accepted by our own, or we're not believed by our own people, or we feel like like they take our kindness for weakness. Like I said, no, actually, I was reading a whole lot today about how our kindness is our superpower. It's our strength. And the world needs more kindness right now more than ever. But we also know we need to learn how to take care of ourselves. And Mish was exactly right. Say, yes, absolutely. Everything is always worth fighting for. But if you do not choose what you're fighting for, then you're fighting for everything and accomplishing nothing. You're just spinning on that merry-go-round. I hope that makes sense. Um, and like I said, this was quickly put together. So I'm trying to find that one quote about, of course, it's not going to be here where I can find it. But too much on one piece of paper. Somebody said, I'm an elderly empath. This is the most eye opening explanation of being an empath that I've ever heard. I mean, it's really insightful. If any of you, I'm going to put all the information in the description after we get done here. But if you wanted to look it up, you can. What I did was I went on some sites and I looked up Carl Jung's empaths. Okay, I'm going to cry at this moment because I'm going to take a pause because my aunt that I haven't talked to since before I went in the hospital is now in here, and I want you to know how much I love you and that I miss you. You always see, okay, that's the first person in my entire family and my people, everybody, my people, that has acknowledged about me being an empath. My Aunt Dana, which she's always been there for me. And Dana, thank you for that. Because it is so hard to be told, quit wearing your feelings on your shoulders. Well, you know what? When they're not your feelings, you can't really tell them where to go, especially when you don't know what it is. And that is a true statement. I mean, it hurts when your own people don't get it. Thank you, Aunt Dana. Thank you. Um, yes, I do. Hey, Mayor. You know what? On here also, there's a comment that states that I notice when people kind of sort themselves at a party, I end up with the healers, the nurses and massage therapist types. Most have a gentle nature, but a few of us in that corner are just fierce. but we obviously recognize each other as a tribe. The problem is, how do you train yourself up? The answer I found was help people near your current level. I'm not sure I agree with that. The answer isn't always going to do both. I'm not sure I agree that the answer isn't always going to do both. I still send strength to the people who behind me who had to deal with an untrained empath. But until then, is there a better way? That's just a comment. You know, what is actually really interesting about this, yes, here's another comment. Compassion hurts. When you feel connected to everything, you also feel responsible for everything. And you cannot turn away. Your destiny is bound with the destinies of others. You must either learn to carry the universe or be crushed by it. You grow strong enough to love the world, yet empathy enough to sit down at the same table with its worst horrors. Okay, Barbie, that's exactly what I was trying to say. Of course, they said it better. Hey, everybody. Hey, Sue. Hey, Susie. Hey, everybody. Um, Compassion hurts. This is what I was trying to say a while ago, and this person just commented way better than I could. When you feel connected to everything, you also feel responsible for everything, and you cannot turn away. Your destiny is bound with the destinies of others. You must either learn to carry the universe or be crushed by it. That's where we have to learn to not be crushed because empaths are needed in this world. Our kindness is not our weakness, it's our strength and our superpower. It's Barbie, exactly. Oh, wait, I'm sorry, Mish. Too fast. Back here. That's exactly. I mean, that quote right there. That's an empath quote. I mean, that's from a real human being. It's not a study. This just these are some comments from people. And that's what I was trying to say earlier. They said it a lot better than I could get out. I'm still wheeling from the empathic emotions I have from that flood fundraiser while ago for 3 hours sitting there watching it and breaking my heart. So, see, I needed this too. Um, there's so much. I want to take this journey with all of you if you're willing. Um, and again, here we go. Whose pain am I carrying exactly? Is it worth being crushed? I reflect what they hide. There's the shadow. When you stared into the abyss, you blinked. That's another one on here. It's just, there's so many things that I have read. Wow. And that quote that I should have screenshotted it, and I knew better because I was all over the place down this rabbit hole a while ago. Um, Here's another one. It's hell being an empath. Everything is so much, but if you don't die, you're the strongest of all. It's wait, where's that? Ah, gosh, I thought I found it. It was about the truth that I was trying to find. If it can be destroyed by the truth, then it should be destroyed by the truth. How's that one? That's the one I was looking for. If it can be destroyed by the truth, it should be destroyed by the truth. Thank you, Aunt Dana. Thank you for that. Yeah, I'm gonna probably leave that at here. Mayor, thank you for that. Thank you for your super chat. It's very much appreciated. Very much. Thank you. Misha, carrying everyone else's luggage, but the owners have already changed destinations while you can barely walk. I'm tired of making myself Quasimodo for no reason at all. Wow, Mish, there you go. I mean, seriously, there you go. Mayor, thank you so much for that. So there you go. I think Mish just summed it up perfectly, you know? And honestly, I've never went to this side of it because I think like this person commented, even if you can't see the fire, it can burn you. Mish is exactly right. And then the other, carrying the world on your shoulders, you're going to let it crush you. Barbie, this is what I wanted you to know so much, that there is a way to find how to balance that, and I wanna try to find that together. Um, some of these things are great to just show, some of these great information to share, but some of this is just, it's a rabbit hole, it's a awakening, and I would like to take that journey, but I'm scared of my shadow, so I really don't wanna do it alone, so I thought maybe this is something that we could start talking about. Um, because I know that all of our empaths are so, so burdened right now and so hurt, you know? Aunt Dana, Mish just described your life, but you're the strongest person I know. Aunt Dana, I love you so much, and I have doubted that in the last few weeks, but I'm getting back at it. Really am doing. I'm going to do. I'm going to do it. Uh, let's see. The collective conscious, the psychological types provide insights into traits associated with empaths. Wow. Empathic. Thank you, Barbie. Thank you. Man, I'm so freaking jealous right now. I just mean that so much. I'm so jealous of that. That is one concert I have never been able to go to. I want to so bad. Thank you, Barbie. Thank you. Fiona, growing up as an empath, I used to believe I was meant to absorb everyone's pains and ills, but it wasn't until much later in life that I learned it wasn't meant to hold on to their issues. Fiona said it perfectly. It is something that it's just so, so, I mean, Mary, that was just like, I mean, all this stuff is it's we all can contribute to this, and I love you too, Aunt Dana. Thank you. We all can contribute to this, and I think together, and we're all better together, right? Together, we can learn how not to have the world crush our shoulders. Instead, use our superpower and help the world and keep ourselves safe at the same time. Um, the shadow part, like I said, if you want to, I'm going to put the information in, but if you want to look it up on your own and try to take this, um, take this whole, go down this rabbit hole. Maybe you have a different perspective than I do. Um, or seen it a different way, which is great because everybody we need to know this. But I started on Carl Jung, and actually what I started on was okay, yes, this is where I'm at, but I need to go back up here. Our power went off yesterday all day, and so I actually didn't get in here to boot this computer up till like 8 minutes before. I was stuck on the amazing singers at the fundraiser. Let's see. Empaths aren't born to heal. They're born to awaken the collective shadow. So, as you see, I was a little bit hesitant to go down this rabbit hole because I'm scared of that shadow. But I need to learn to face that shadow. It's things, like I said, the shadow is what other people see in us, but we don't see it in ourselves. And we weren't born to soothe others. We were born to awaken what they've buried. That's so, im- that's so impactful to me. It just, it make the unconscious visible. It's really, this whole topic is going to be really neat to go and to learn. I probably should have finished that therapy part because I was a little scared and I didn't. And I asked her, "Can we please change to a different type? I don't want to do this." I even bought the books. I have the books down here on my bookshelf. But in my own personal life, I didn't want to go through this. But it's time. It is time because there's too many hurting people out here. Recently came to the inner realization finally, Mish, that I am destroying others whom I would help. How did we earn the strength we have built? I would never wish it on anyone else, but then we aren't. Mish, so in taking it on our shoulders, it is honestly quite selfish. There you go. How about that one? Well, Miss Wise Woman. There you go. Hmm. There's so this is gonna go deep. This is gonna go really deep. And it is hard to understand. It's hard to understand for me because, like I said, this is the first time I've been introduced to this outlook on it. But I knew that somewhere, some way, one day we could learn, or someone would have that out there, that we don't have to take the world on our shoulders. We don't have to keep it. It's not even hurting anyone by not keeping it. Yes, Mr. Joel, absolutely. Deep, way deep. It is so deep that it scared me. But to put it into practice, that's what we're here for. That's what we're here for. Mayor says, I think I've almost mastered not absorbing others' pain while giving support. Mayor, I'm gonna have you on, honey. I need your help because I need to learn how to even start that because all my life I've absorbed it and then it crushes. I mean, it crushes you. I mean, it sincerely does. And I think all empaths realize that at one point or another. And the way that that some of this information I have been reading on this kind of kind of scared me, thinking that because it gets really, really deep about there's different things on here that says that we are the ones that absolutely can destroy everyone. That made it a little dark for me, and I didn't even want to touch it. But I kept reading and I kept going. And then I found some explanations deeper into that of, I mean, we all know, or I don't know if you all know, but the empath going supernova is the most powerful thing on earth. And in my 51 years, I have done that one time. The only one that I am aware of, let me say. And I'm not proud, it's not my finest moment, but when you push an empath to that point, that's what happens. And that's when the dark comes out. Because remember, we observe, we remember, we dissect, because that's what we do. And it is so revealing to me that someone else has another theory about this that would have helped me a whole lot when I was younger, and I'm sure a lot of us in here. The just the shadow work is scary, but it is so now that I've started reading and made myself go down deep in that hole, it's really, really revealing. And it definitely, um, it definitely can help you take some of that off of your shoulders, off of it. Totally. Susie, let's see. It does crush. I wouldn't change who I am because I wouldn't want to not deeply care, but at times it's exhausting. Absolutely. We're never going to be able to change who we are. Hey, Journey, how are you? Um, we're never going to be able to change who we are. We're empaths because we're empaths. But, a lot of people do I think we're so exhausted because we don't know how to set that down. And Mish had it right. I mean, it was perfectly said, we were just like Quasimodo. We are still carrying everyone else's luggage and they've already left the destination to another one. We have to learn to put that down and ask ourselves, is it worth us? Is it worth yourself? Because who are you going to help if you're crushed by everyone? We can't carry the world, y'all. We can't do it. Everyone in here I have seen is exhausted. Exhausted. That's the most common word I have read here. What does that tell us? I mean, it tells us that we're carrying too much. And carrying too much of others doesn't mean, I mean, we can put that down and they don't know that we're even carrying it. That's where I'm seeing this be so specific to me. So I'm going to use this as an example. Might be dumb, but well, I'm just going to use it anyway. Okay, so say these are Shelby's in there, okay? She doesn't know I have them in my hand, but this is her pain. And then it's on my shoulders, along with a million other ones. She's not even in here. How does it, she doesn't know anything. So if I take these and I set them down because I choose to lighten my load a little bit, does that affect her at all? Does it affect her at all? Did she even know I picked it up and put it down? That's what I'm trying to say and trying to get across that we can put it down without hurting anyone. In fact, we're actually helping others because we're freeing ourselves from so much of that emotional baggage. Okay, I'm going to come back up here in the chat here and see because I did not star because I was trying to get this across really quick. It's just the skim of the surface, I promise. This is a journey I want to go down. Um, let's see, Miss, this is when it gets very lonely and subjective. We are looked at as weak, but it's imperative we learn how to use it versus the damn hamster wheel of life. Yes, and weak, we are not. It is our superpower. Strength, the kindness and the caring is our superpower. We know we need to learn how to correctly use it and not wear ourselves out. And that is very, very important. And yes, kaleidoscope, absolutely. Everyone needs more kindness. Absolutely. This world needs more kindness, guys, y'all. It really does. I saw such an outpouring of kindness tonight for our state. You know, I mean, we're still people are still I've said it before, I'll say it like this. After the TV cameras are gone, after the news is gone, after the story's got its 15 minutes of lights, camera action, people making their money off of all of the I'm gonna lose my word here. Thank you. Haven't done that in quite a little bit here. Um, the sensationalism of it. Those of us that live here on the Gulf, perfect example of hurricanes. Everything we have was destroyed. I mean, literally, we are still from 10 years ago trying to build back. 10 years, Hurricane Harvey, 10 years ago. And the news, everything's gone. No one's ever come back to say, wow, these places have been sitting here for 10 years because they're after the news and the lights, cameras are gone, we're still left here rebuilding. And it just the community supporting each other because that's where it starts is in your community. And although I'm comparing, the hurricanes they hit us hard. That's what the flood did. And all these people came together today and they donated everything, all of their time. Everything they did was they donated and they put on an amazing concert and fundraiser in Austin to go to the Hill Country to start rebuilding. I thought it very fitting Cody Johnson saying, dirt cheap. Um, Ronnie Dunn made me cry, I believe. And Jason Aldean showed up. Pat Green, he lost his sister, his brother-in-law, and his niece and nephew in the flood, and he was there and he sang. There's a lot of healing that still needs to be done in this state, and so that was like I could feel it all watching that TV. And as I was reading some of this stuff and watching this live thing through the TV, still feeling all that pain, I started saying, "Okay, Keela, you already know what to do. This is not your pain. You need to take it, lay it down, so I can be effective." If I'm carrying the world, I'm not effective for anyone, not even myself. And that's not fair to the world either. Um, and I do apologize. I did not star any questions. So, Mr. Joel says, for me, life got a whole lot better when I found something greater than myself. Animal rescue, helping to save animals saved me. It has done this for almost 30. I have done this for almost 30 years. And you know how much I respect you for that, Mr. Joel. You are amazing with that. I mean, truly. I'm way up in the comments, guys. I'm trying to catch up. Let's see. Um, I think I kind of skipped around a while ago and put some up. Let's see. Okay, I think I might be there, y'all. Okay, so yes. And yeah, Mary, 9 Inch Nails, I really wanted to go. That would have been great. And then Misha's, I put that comment up. And Susie, yes, about being exhausted. I put that one up. Journey, yes, I hope I said hello. You know, I love you, girl. Susie, it's very exhausting. All empaths can relate to what you're saying. I would love to find a way to turn it off and on and off as needed. Oh my God, if y'all ever master that, please somebody school me on that. That would be great. I've learned how to walk away out of a room, just like I learned today while, I mean, just, a little while ago while I was watching that. This is not my feelings. I have no, all this hurt and loss and destruction and children still missing, and there is still over 100 still missing. I don't know what the news has reported, but it's about 100 people missing that has not been accounted for. Absorbing it without learning to release it back from ourselves ties back into the book, The Body Keeps the Score. Fiona, you just had to get me on that one because you know I love that book. Mr. Joel, when we crack and go off, never good. You're right. But it must happen. I have done it, not proud of it, but it had to happen. All things human will always happen. Yes, and I realized at that point, Joel, that what the word supernova meant. I actually I saw nothing but red. I don't remember what was said at that particular moment, and it took me about 2 days to actually recover from that. That was a that took everything inside of me. Yeah, I never even knew something could be that exhausting. Even when I did my 3.5 miles the other day, I didn't that wasn't exhausting. I do not even remember the things that I said. I'm not proud of it at all, but it happened, and now I know how long it took for an empath, like, to recover from going supernova. Y That is one thing. I mean, we're so powerful. People perceive us as weak. We're not weak. We're not. I want everyone to know that. Becoming dark empath has terrified me. I couldn't imagine not caring. But in the last few years, as the numbness started to crawl, maybe balance, just maybe that will be what brings us back. And Misha, you're exactly right, because there is that yin and that yang. That's why I was scared to finish the shadow therapy. I was scared of it. And now I'm seeing what's why I was so scared of it. Now that I can accept it and learn about it, and my mind is open to it now. Journey, I reached out to a person who asked for help. I referred her to others that said they would help people in need. Then somehow that caused drama among the people helping. The person I referred was lost. Oh boy. Y'all, we could really get into that. I think a lot of the mods here, Journey, we 100% understand when you give referrals and you try to help people like that. But what we have to do is keep trying. We can't give up on them. And that is where I will go to the ends of the earth for that. We're all advocates here. Everybody advocates for someone else, especially empaths. And Journey, you're the biggest advocate. I mean, seriously, you have helped so many people. And I've learned in the past few days that you can't make everybody happy all the time. And some people you're never going to make happy any of the time. So I'm learning to let that go too. You do the best you can and you move on. Don't carry that. You do the best you can. And yes, let's see. You have a notebook full of resources on empaths. I bet you do, Mish. I bet you do. Let's see. It makes me question on why people say they will help before knowing who, and then it's a no and a huge drama fight. You know, I don't. Hey, Tiff. Oh, thank you. I'm gonna tell you something. Texas will take care of its own, you know, community first. And I think that goes for, everywhere. That it starts in the community. And like I said, the lights are gone, the cameras are gone. But you know what? Texas will take care of their own. And tonight was just the biggest outpouring of love I think I've seen in a very long time for a state this big and for so many. It was just amazing to watch. Um, Journey, I do have something to say about that. Um, Mayor says, Journey, that's really disappointing. When I offer help, I'm all in. Yeah, exactly. Hey, La Chameleon, you're hello. I'm so glad you're here. Oh, this is a very, very vague, thin layer of a deep dive I'm going to be going down. Thank you for being here, though. Let's see. Um, Incarnasol, if you, Miss Shakila, if you ever need a counterbalance of love. Oh, I love you, Incarnasol. Thank you. Thank you. Susie, the news claims everyone is accounted for. I hate false reporting. I can promise you tonight, if y'all will go back, y'all can look on, you can put it in YouTube. I put the link to the MHM mods. Susie, I'll send it, or I think I sent it to you too, Susie. I did because I know you are really close to this subject too. I mean, you know people that were lost there. I did send it to you in your messenger. I literally learned tonight, and I live here, that there's still over 100 unaccounted for. I'm so sick of the sensationalism. Yeah, the news brings it down to, oh, only one unaccounted for. So let's just move on. Let's go to the next big story. Of course, there's lots of big stories out there to sensationalize. So just, you know, leave it. No one is held accountable for, and I cannot stand it. It's heartbreaking. Arsena, hello. I love you, and I'm very thankful for you, my friend. Very thankful. Let's see, Mish. Okay, so I think my batteries in my mouse might be going out now. It's always the one struggling that gets hurt the most. Yes, and I'm gonna get. That's what I was trying to get right here. Okay, so I'm not caught up yet, but I do want us to address Mr. Journey. I find out what type of help people need and go from there. It shouldn't matter if someone is helping seriously, wanting to help another human being. Shouldn't matter who they are. If they are equipped to handle the help that they need or have other resources to help what they need, it shouldn't matter. So that means they're not serious or not genuine. And I would never refer anyone to that, again, because I wouldn't want anyone else being lost. We don't want anyone being lost, although we can help it. We do what we can and we have to move on. We can't beat ourselves up about it. We can't control what other people's actions are. But what we can do is learn from those things, Journey. And you know what? You are the one of the sweetest souls I have ever met in my life. And I mean that with all my heart. And you do so much. You carry the world on your shoulders. You do. You do so much. It's not your fault, number one. But number two, if it matters who they are, you're right. I wouldn't refer anybody over there for help to anyone. Who someone is has nothing to do with the help they need, if that makes sense. Mm. Mr. Joel, I spent the last week in great terror. My wife had a bad mammogram. Oh my God, it was hard, but it turned out to be nothing. But the fear was worse for me. I can't imagine life without her. Mr. Joel, okay, that just scared me. I'm so thankful that things turned out. Hey, college. Hello, folks. I might miss the rest of the live stream, so I hope you all have a great evening. Take care. College, I'm sorry if I missed you. I was way up in the chat. I'm so sorry. Susie says, Joel, I'm glad it turned out well. Me too, Mr. Joel. Don't scare me like that. Oh my goodness. Uh, it's 6:50. It was 6:15, Arsena. No cat is well today. If he's not eating our plants, there's not barfing, not the brightest light in this. Oh, oh, poor kitty. Commitment to caring has always helped more than I've ever known any other entity. And Dana, thank you for that. Thank you. I know that we're not in it for the recognition. You know that. I mean, you're part of it. You're my family. But you know what? The ones that have been helped know they have, and that's all that matters. She's talking about our company, but, our facility. And Carnosol says, "Joel, I'm glad you received good news, but the waiting is torture." Absolutely, it is. Hang on, Mare, I gotta read. Did you know that hamsters can't blink? They alternate eyes and wink. What? For real? Sorry, off subject. I redirect as a method of putting down the baggage. That's a good thing to learn. Mayor, when are you gonna come on here and teach us something? Okay, Journey, I will get in just a few minutes, darling. Yes, I know. I can't believe I miss Henry if he's not still in here. I feel bad. I was way up in the chat. I don't have anybody storing questions, but there was some comments I really wanted to post. And I'm so glad things are good, Mr. Joel, really. Journey says, exactly, Keela, it's horrible, though. I would have never referred her to. I know you wouldn't have. It's not you. It's not. Oh my gosh, Peyton Manning. That was my cat that I love with all my heart. Yeah. Keela probably went supernova that day too. Just don't remember much because after I saw my cat get destroyed by this stray dog, I went and found this dog's owner. And let's just say that battle lasted for a while. So it's not your fault, Journey. You did what you thought you were doing at the time to help. And that is what counts. You tried to help. You attempted to help. You did help. It's not your fault what others did. So now you know, you grow, and you're better next time because you won't send anyone there. And that I do know about you. And Carnosol, you're killing me. That was my cat's name. That's how much I love Peyton Manning. I mentioned. Oh my gosh, I can. Yes, you see how much of a football freak I am. I love Peyton Manning, and I named my cat Peyton Manning. But Facebook mom says, Ursina, glad to hear your cat is okay. Some really are not smart. Okay, I must have lost a bunch. I was trying to go too fast, I think. But anyway, so I'm caught up and I want to just say thank you for listening to this. Thank you for being here. It's something I want. Oh, and Dancing in the Rain pops in. And you know what? This is a perfect subject because she is the pro. This, uh, this, this topic is something that I'm new to. Like I said, I'll take this road if you want to go down it with me. It's very, very important to me now that I've already went down this rabbit hole. I'm going to keep going. How are you, Dancing in the Rain? Barbie says, Aunt Dana, after watching the Christmas party at the residence, I can totally believe what you say. I could see how happy Keela was to play Santa and give out gifts to her residents. Oh, yes. Aunt Dana, I live streamed the Christmas party last year. Mr. Joel, thank you all. It has been wonderful being with you all. Hope you have a great week. You too, Mr. Joel. Thank you so much for being here, and I appreciate it. I'm so glad your wife's results came back, and I'm glad they're good. And please take care of yourself and just you're such a wonderful human being. Thank you. So, Dancing in the Rain, I was going to get off, but I think I'm going to sit here for a second because I would really love your input on. And you don't have to make it a big one. Just, I mean, because like I said, I didn't even really give a lot of information. What I did was skim the surface because this is something been scared to go down. Hang on, Mayor says, Keila, I have a brother who had a few strokes just over 10 years ago. He lives in a van in a back alley. I call him at least once a week. Some days he's normal, other days his anger is barely. I'm waiting on part two. Oh, this Dancing in the Rain, you didn't miss a lot. We got a long way to go on this one because this is something that is new to me. I'm gonna have to learn with everyone else, and definitely you're definitely the pro on this. Um, okay, wait, here we go. Part two. Controlled. I listen and I need to refocus. Mary, you can come on here and probably teach us a whole lot. Did everybody know that we had a pro empath here now? She can help us for sure. So, Dancing in the Rain, let's see. I took a deep dive down Carl Jung's empaths aren't born to heal, they're born to awaken the collective shadow. And that is something that I have been afraid of. I didn't even, like I said, I didn't finish my shadow therapy because it scared me. I don't like others to be able to see what I can't see in me. And it scared me because I was afraid of what it the dark side, the dark part, but empaths as I started going down this rabbit hole today, empaths are twilight walkers, and I kinda like that. So it's pretty neat that we weren't born, to hear another concept like, we're not born to soothe others. We're born to awaken what they've buried. It's really the role of the empath in awakening the collective shadow is kind of, oh, and we are not the cure, we're the mirror. There's a lot of things in here that scared me to death, but I learned and I'm still going down that rabbit hole now. I reflect what they hide. Wow. Thank you, Miss. This has been a great live and chat. I never went back to the 2 times. So I will also be replay crew. Thank you for this. Yeah, and, I wanted to tell y'all, so, I was gonna ask, Dancing in the Rain, on this topic, do you have a couple of comments you could leave us here? Because, this is very new to me. This is when I wish I had you here to bounce off of, because I'm gonna be taking this road learning too. But so it is so easy to now I can take a breath knowing that I'm not alone in this, you know? Um, I see the role of the empath is to help others find their power. Yes, and if we're so crushed by the weight of the world, even like, all the everything that's been said, we can't help anyone. Uh, Mayor, as you are an empath and seeing your brother struggle must be so hard on you. Sorry. We've got a lot of work to do, but at least maybe we will get much done now that we are finally learning what we should do versus the hamster wheel. Absolutely. And I'm just going to sit patiently by waiting for Dancing in the Rain to leave us a comment on this because this is a road we're going to start going down and taking together a journey. It'll be slow and steady. And I have so many notes in my notebook now about lives coming up that I want to do, um, that I've actually done the work on. This, I'm not sure I'm gonna be able to do the work by myself, that's why I'm gonna take it together. She says, "If we were talking about shadow work in Jungian psychology, it is the parts of self we want to reject, disavow, or run away from in ourselves." Yes, and um, this one's was specifically about empaths. Uh, let's see, let me go back up. This was about empaths aren't born to heal, they're born to awaken the collective shadow. You weren't sent here to fix the broken. You were sent to reveal what broke us all. These are some quotes from him. And yes, that hamster wheel would be great to get off of. And we can't be crushed by others' problems. We take them on. We need to learn to set them down. It's not going to harm them. Like I said with my little chapsticks here, I'm carrying both of them in my hand of Shelby. She doesn't even know I have them in my hand. People don't know when we're carrying their stuff. They don't know that. When we set them down, they don't know we've set it down. It doesn't mean we don't care. It just means we have to protect ourselves. Arsena, empathy is beautiful, but also so hard to navigate, not to lose your own self and energy. That's the main word, Arsena, that has been used in here tonight is exhaustion. Exhaustion. And I'm so right there. Everybody is exhausted. So I just wanted to bring s- you know, um, another part of this that maybe I know I haven't heard it before. Let's see. Wonder if Judith Orca, who is a renowned author scholar, had something to say about this shadow. I don't know, but guess what? That's more stuff we're going to go down. I have to get with you and definitely go some information. Um, Misha, does the hamster wheel constantly running away from the dejections and reasons we are reasons for others abandoning okay, did you say rejections? I don't know. And reasons for others abandoning us, we thereby never go anywhere. When we are able to face who we are, the good, the bad, and the ugly, maybe we will find the true beauty that is who we are. I love that. I love that. I really, really love that. And Dana, good night. I love you. I'm fixing to get off. I'm going to bed. Um, actually, then since we didn't have power yesterday, I continued my treadmill today. Did, but it didn't kill me today. Today was only a mile and a half. It wasn't 3.5. Ah, so I got out of there with just a bunch of sweat. So I r- I really appreciate all of you for being here. And listening to this other side of it because all of us, like, I know that everything y'all have said in here and commented on, I have felt the same way. Um, love you, Aunt Dana. I'm exhausted. I'm tired of but are we really hurting anybody by putting down their, as Mitch said, their luggage? Because, like I said, I'm going to do it one more time. These are Shelby's. I'm carrying them on my shoulders. Shelby's not in here. Shelby doesn't see me. Shelby doesn't know I have her feelings on my shoulders or her pain or her suffering or or her fears, you know. Okay, so they're on my shoulders along with everyone else that I've encountered. Guess what? I'm making the decision to lay them right here. Shelby doesn't know that I had them and she doesn't know that I've laid them down. It doesn't mean I can't help her, but now I can help her more effectively because I'm not being crushed. I hope that helps because I didn't hurt her by laying that down off my shoulders. She never even knew. And Dancing in the Rain says, I will have to look at this topic as it relates to what you're talking about. No, I'm just glad you're here because definitely. It was I couldn't believe I come across it today. And it was really, really neat to read about. I mean, it scared me at first, but then I decided to. It just says that contrary to to the belief that empaths are fragile, Young discovered they were more like weapons waiting to be forged. Quietly, they kept mental records of every betrayal, every manipulation, and most importantly, the weaknesses of those who harmed them. And then they have a clarity. That's their hidden strength. And then the clarity event, and the truth telling. And and he says about the truth telling that they began speaking the truth at almost clinical precision. This wasn't revenge, it was release of years of silent observation, you know? And then the shadow integration and then the permanent transformation. Once awakened, the change was permanent. And it says from then on, they were selectively empathic, still deeply caring, but no longer willing to sacrifice themselves. And I was just like, wow, wow, wow. It's really, really deep. And then I'm fixing to go back to all of your comments just a second. I wanted to tell Dancing in the Rain this really quick. Um, then it goes to a step in human evolution. These awakened empaths are more than survivors. They were prototypes for humanity's next step. Individuals who could feel everything without being destroyed, see everything without becoming cynical, and love deeply without losing themselves. I really liked that. I really liked that part of it. I mean, it's just a different outlook or different concept of it, and it was, like, so strange to me. Let's see. Okay, ask yourself, how does it feel to set emotional boundaries and not carry other people's stuff? It's amazing. It is amazing because I've learned to do that. I'm not successful all the time. I'm a human being, but I have learned to do that. It's something I'm doing my best at. Oh, thank you, Barbie. I mean, it's just it's the only way I knew how to get out what my brain wants to say. You know, not hurting anyone because they never knew I was carrying it to begin with. But now I can more effectively get up and get in there and help if the need be. And we are all people pleasers. The best sign of intelligence, admitting they do not know everything, thereby declining speaking on it further into looking into it. You're the real deal, dancing in the rain. Yes, she is. She is definitely that. The answer to that question may help in this process. Or another question is makes what makes it difficult to let go of other people's stuff? Ooh, man, the psychologist turning it back on me. Wow. Can't answer that one right now. Dancing the best part of boundaries, they're not walls. Oh, Mare, good one. Love that. I really, really love that. Being tempered in the forges of life, that's what makes a strong weapon. That's right. That's right. So, and the conclusion to one of these were every empath will face a transformation moment. The only question is, will they consciously integrate their shadow and rise or allow it to consume them? Now that scares me. Okay, I'm not familiar. I told you I did not finish that shadow therapy because it scared me. But you know what? I'm not going to be scared anymore. I'm going to embrace that and learn. And I would like to learn with all of you because it's not something that I know about. I'm so glad dancing came in because I really needed to ask questions. But yes, dancing, that's what it was over. It really gave a new perspective for me. I absolutely will do that right now. As soon as we get off of here, I will send it to you. Yes, ma'am. It was quite revealing. I almost didn't read it. I almost didn't. I almost went away from it until because of the shadow. And then I was like, wait a minute, I'm going to do this because I kept reading. And then I started this live out reading the comments from a lot of different people. What scares me about facing my shadow? No, no, no. I will answer that. I answered it already because I am scared because the shadow, as I understand it, is because I didn't finish that. So as I understand it, is what others already can see in you, but you can't see in yourself. And I'm scared to death. If I look within there, I'm going to be a disappointment. I think that's the truest, honest answer I can give. And I'm okay with giving that answer because that is my fear. I don't want to disappoint anyone. I don't want to hurt anyone. That comes with being an empath. And that is what scared me about that shadow therapy workbook is I didn't want to see what maybe other people do see in me. And it's time that I do that. Oh, Mary, what did you say? Misha, from now on, I'm going to say I'm well tempered, not damaged. I love that. I love that. Oh, Fiona, good one. Misha, remember it's only under pressure that diamonds can be made. Absolutely. The shadow is not going to eat me. I know. It's really odd that now Susie, wait, Tiff. Yeah, I know, Fiona, that's oh my gosh, Fiona, Susie, I'm terrified of disappointing others, and that is where I think we all are people pleasers, and it's okay not to be that. It's okay not to be that. Mayor, I love that. I found the beautiful art that is I'm not even trying to say these words. Kintsugi is the best way to describe myself as well. Our community, all of us are finding broken pieces of ourselves. I'm waiting. Barbie says, I'm with Keela. I never want to hurt or not to be able to live up to others' expectations or needs. And that is such a weight of this world that stays on our shoulders as empaths. But you know what? We, Barbie, we can take this path together and learn maybe to let go of some of that. Susie, same thing. We can go down this path together because we don't have to carry the weight of the world. We don't have to worry about, we're never going to make everyone happy. I've learned to accept that. We're never going to please everyone. And it's okay because the ones that we can help, we do. Part two, lovingly, we are finding the gold that the pieces it all back together into the works of art. We were able to see it where others saw us just as broken. Yes, so beautiful. So beautiful. Sophia, you have to be okay with everything in yourself because you end up scared of yourself otherwise and you're giving up power. Thank you. That is exactly right. And you're right. And that's why I'm okay now to start this journey. I wasn't before, but I am okay now. Dancing, we can accept all parts of ourselves and people would be disappointed in us, and that's okay. That's right. It's okay. Susie, same thing. You know, literally, literally, people pleasers. We helpers. We carry others' weights. It doesn't matter. That's what empaths do, but also humans. And they, like I said from the beginning, people mistake our kindness for weakness, but our kindness is our strength and it is our superpower. And the world needs this. Dancing says, as long as we unconditionally love ourselves, and that is something that is a very new concept to me, but I have put it in place. If I always say I'm not for everyone and everyone is not for me, and that's okay. What a wonderful community here. Absolutely. Good point, Tiff. Yes. So, see, we're all broken pieces, but we're being beautifully put back together, and we make a dead gum beautiful piece of artwork. And I think that as long as we're okay knowing that it's okay not to be okay, it's okay not to carry the weight of the world. It's okay not to put the world ahead of us. It's okay to not crush ourselves. We're not effective if we're crushed. Our kindness is our superpower. Let's use it that way. I appreciate all of you for being here. Sincerely, I do, because this was something that I didn't know how I was going to get it off and, step on to. But I'm really loving the feedback and I truly appreciate it because this is something I'm so glad Dancing's here because I'm fixing to email her all of the things that I have taken down the rabbit hole today. And hopefully her and I can get together and she can educate me a little bit more. And then we can take this path together. You just woke up. Sophie. Sophie, I'm so glad you're here. Let's see. Miss says, I used to think that I was a covert narcissist. Most of my life, I rebelled against the rejections and person the world saw me as because I have always enjoyed who I was, just not who they see me. Yes. And Mary says, and it's okay to say, back off if he gets overwhelmed. Thank you, Mary. Yes, it is. And like I said, okay, to all the empaths, one more time. I'm just using Shelby again. These are Shelby's. They're on my shoulders. She doesn't know they're here. I'm putting them down because it's okay to do that. That's my boundary. Shelby doesn't know I put them down. It doesn't hurt her. I'm not hurting her. Now I'm actually free and lighter to go help her. Please remember that. We're not hurting people when they don't know we're even carrying it to put it down. We can be more effective, I believe, in my opinion. And I'm hoping that it helps a little bit of you out there. Danson, I'm going to email you that. Guys, thank you for being here. I have a great one for tomorrow. It will not be so late. It will not be late. This Like I said, I was in there watching the fundraiser thing. When Keela just said we are like artwork, I thought of Picasso art. We're an unusual piece of art, but we are special and valued. Absolutely, we are, Sophia. I was told something within me is broken because I didn't give up everything for everyone else, but it's just healthy. And you've always had that. You've always had that. You've wise beyond your years, my dear. Not disappointing anyone at any time is an unrealistic expectation, so please consider this. Disappoint someone on purpose. Oh, my Lord have mercy. Dancing in the rain is getting frisky. I like that. Thank you. Thank you. I really like that. Fiona, this community is the gold that brings the broken parts of us together again. Thank you for that, and you are all a part of it. All of you. sensitize yourself to disappointing others. Desensitize yourself to disappointing others. Well, probably really good at that. I'm holding on. Please come backstage to do this because think my batteries are going out. I'm probably gonna need your mouse. I couldn't get the keyboard to work. Now my mouse isn't not trying to cooperate. So I'm gonna have to replace batteries and everything. But yes, you're so wise, Dancing. Thank you for that. Literally, I think it's the reaction of others, maybe when we disappoint them, or you're gonna have to come back here because I can't even click on that. Please, I can't click on it. My mouse just went dead. I'm not gonna be in the stream. Well, it's okay. I'm disappointing myself right now, and I'm okay about that. But dancing, you're right about that. But I feel like I feel okay. That's the caveat there. I feel like I disappoint people all the time, and unfortunately, that's a problem I need to fix, and I'm working on that. Yay! I have a mouse now. I wasn't gonna be able to end the stream for real. Everything just went dead. And I will get that to you, dancing, and just as soon as I change batteries when we get through. I do need to read this before Ned comes up. Growth isn't about changing who you are, but but about becoming the best version of yourself. I can't click on Dance in the Rain. She said, this is the new mantra. I can disappoint others and I'm still a worthy person. Thank you. Okay, that's it. We're going to have to, I got to write that down though. Because I have the other one here too. Oh, okay. I got that one. That's our mantra. Kayla, I really appreciate tonight's topic and thank you. Have a wonderful evening, everyone. I really enjoyed chatting with y'all. Click the like button and leave a comment. Yes, I'm going to say please hit like and subscribe if you haven't, or if you haven't, unsubscribed and subscribed again, because that actually did help. And people are getting notifications now. And that is amazing. And I promise you, leaving the comments after, like just like rushing and refreshing your page and going to the comments after the live, and even if you just whatever the interaction can be, I would appreciate it because we want this channel to go, the notifications to go out, and they had stopped almost, like literally. Now I have people telling me they are getting the notifications, so I'm okay now with saying that, please, because I want more people to be able to come and you know join the community. You're all great, worthy people, no matter what. Oh, Sophia, I've got to love her. Dad never installed a give a damn button in the first place. He knew what I was walking into and refused to break me down for others' convenience. Wow. You're so wise, girl. Lori, hey, how are you? I'm so glad you're here. I wish you would have been here. Oh, well, please come. Oh, I love you, Lori.
Lori.
I know a little bit.
You know, I think this has been a really important topic, and I'm going to watch the beginning of it and watch through because I think it's so necessary and so helpful for me. So many of us are empaths, so many, and we are killing ourselves. And in killing ourselves, it's not doing anything. And that was one of the best realizations for me personally. And I don't know how to do it. I'm not graceful at it, but I'm trying. And that's a big step for me. And we're just going to learn it together.
Yep,
And
it's a road we're gonna have to go down together because this is all new for me too, but it's helped me.
you know, quicksand, if you wrestle in the quicksand and you make a big O trying to get out and just move all over the place, you'll
That's
sink.
me. I'm the quicksand. Mhm.
But if we throw each other limbs and just hold on, we can slowly pull each other where we need to go.
Such wise words, my friend.
We
Very
got some
much.
people in here.
I know. Yay for Sophia. Man, Sophia's her her wisdom, it knows no boundaries.
Yeah.
I really appreciate that.
Yeah, we're very blessed beyond. The reason I said hold on is because I put the link in the chat for the kintsugi hearts.
Oh, okay.
I think it's a really fitting one for this one, and I'm kind of proud of it. Not self promo, but self promo.
Everybody can self promo, and just a reminder to anybody in the chat that has a channel, you need to be self promoing your channel. I don't ever ask. Always put your links to your channels, please. Please. This is not something that is even up for discussion. We support y'all's channels. We don't even have to ask. If you can put the link in, get a mod to do it for you. I promise you, we want everybody's links shared if you have a channel. We are here
Every
to
voice
support
needs to be
everyone.
heard. Every single voice needs to be heard.
Every voice matters, yes. And that is something we don't even ask anymore. We just tell you, put your link in the channel. Oh, dancing in the rain. That's good. Oh, she's frisky tonight. Very frisky.
I think when you're ready to go, I know we're going to have the normal outro, but also, can we go out with the Kintsugi Hearts?
We don't have to go out with my outro. We can go out with yours. This one
I don't,
was just
I
this
don't
one.
want to do that part. I'm being lazy.
I don't have a mouse.
No, I know. I'll do it. I can do it.
I
Do you
don't
guys,
have a
do
mouse.
y'all want to hear it? Do y'all want to hear the Kintsugi Hearts? I wrote it about the village.
Absolutely, we do.
And even
But
though the village isn't standing like it was, there's a reason. And I think it's actually, everything happens for the reasons that it's supposed to. And
it
the village
does.
is still here. It's just being built in the background. And you guys, I still consider every single one of y'all part of the village.
Let's see. We are all just trying, and that's what counts. It's not how many times we fall, it's how many times we get up and keep on walking. Fiona, you're so wonderful.
Look at Edison. How many times he failed, and look at all the good things that we've got.
That's right. That's right.
Thank you, Barbie. I do too. It's meaning it means so much.
Yes, I know. I wanted to play it. I just can't do anything. I can't touch acorns at all. Well, I can. You know I love this.
Well, if y'all are ready, are you ready to?
Yes, we're ready. I'm ready.
All right.
And I'm going to get you dancing. I'm going to email that to you when I change my batteries. But I love you. Thank you
I
for
love
being here,
you.
everyone.
I love you. Mwah.
This is so awesome. We're working, guys. We're working. Bear with us.
The seams
Sorry.
with carved out pieces she could never replace, leaving cracks that ran deep on her fragile face. Her hands were trembling, her spirit worn thin. She thought the fight was over, she couldn't begin. But as she lay her shattered soul down in despair, a village of artists saw beauty hidden there. They whispered, "You're more than the pieces you've lost. The cracks in your soul are where gold can emboss. In the light of your fractures, a masterpiece gleams. Let us show you the art in what brokenness means." Kintsugi heart, held together with grace. Every scar a reminder, every line in its place. With hands joined together, they rebuilt her anew. A testament to love and the strength we pursue. Kintsugi heart, made of gold and of pain. A symbol of hope shining bright through the rain. They painted her soul with the story she told, mending every fracture with ribbons of gold. Her beauty became more than skin ever showed, for the life in her veins was what truly glowed. In their arms she found faith she'd forgotten was real. They saw her as whole, helped her learn how to heal. Their laughter and kindness lit a fire inside. In their village of artists, her hope never died. Oh, the world can be cruel, it can tear you apart, but there's power in the hands that can cradle your heart. When All you see are ruins, others see a design. And the beauty in your breaking is where stars align. Kintsugi heart, held together with grace. Every scar a reminder, every line in its place. With hands joined together, they rebuilt her anew. A testament to love and the strength we pursue. Kintsugi heart, made of gold and of pain. A symbol of hope shining bright through the rain. Now she moves through the world with a quiet flame. Not flawless, but fearless, no longer the same. Every mark and scar is a badge she's earned, proof of the fires where her soul was burned. She's not a masterpiece carved to be admired. She's the steel from the forge, molded and inspired. In the hands of the village, she found her way through. And now she's a testament to what love can do. Kintsugi heart, with lines traced in gold. A story of hope and a life made bold.